Once upon a time, there lived a beautiful princess called Tinuade. Princess Tinuade was renowned for her beauty and grace, and she loved to relax on the palace top. She is the only child of the king and the queen. This made her to be rude and very disrespectful to everyone in the village, both the rich and the poor, the young and the old. To make matter worse, Princess Tinuade kept rejecting men who asked for her hand in marriage. This made the king to become very worried, so he thought of a brilliant idea. He will organize a feast in honor of Princess Tinuade, and he will invite all the noblemen, royal men, and eligible suitors near and in faraway villages. He will invite them all. Definitely, Tinuade will get attracted to one out of the many men that will be present. So the king sent word to all near and neighboring villages, and as well as faraway village. When Princess Tinuade heard of the grand feast in her honor, her head swells and her shoulder raises in pride. Wow! So she started making search for beautiful beads and gorgeous attires that would suit her personality and taste. One day, she heard that a woman from a neighboring village has acquired very rare stone, and Tinuade would love to have jewelries made out of this rare stone for her to use for the grand feast. So on this fateful day, Princess Tinuade disguised as she stepped out of the palace, for the king has forbade her from going out of the palace, because many times when she stepped out of the palace, she must cause trouble, making all the villagers guilty of disrespecting her, and in return, the king has to punish the innocent, because of course, Tinuade is the princess. As she walked through the lonely path in disguise and with no escort, an old woman approached her. "Princess, I have nothing to eat," said the old woman. "Please, help me." But Princess Tinuade pushed the old woman away. "Get out of my way." She was aggressive. The old woman fell to the ground. Her back ached with pain and her body bruised. So the old woman said, "Just as you have pushed me away, may the wind blows and push you into pain and sorrow." At that instant, the wind started blowing. It blew away leaves, blew dust and sand, and because of the strong wind, Princess Tinuade had no other option than to return back to the palace. The day of the grand feast came. Many cows and goats were slaughtered. Yam turned into pounded yam, and as the trumpet blew, eligible suitors lined up in their numbers. And when Princess Tinuade walked into the grand feast, she beamed of glow and radiance. But as she walked past all the men present, Princess Tinuade was disappointed. Even more disappointed is the king, who couldn't believe all his effort is in vain, as the night was almost coming to an end. Suddenly, a tall and a very handsome man walked into the feast. Everybody present in the feast gasped, for he seemed to shimmer with an otherworldly glow, as if drawn by an invincible force. Princess Tinuade found herself gravitating towards the stranger. Their eyes met, and in that moment, she felt a connection unlike any she had ever experienced before. As the night came to an end, many wondered and speculated about the stranger's identity. But in the morning, when he revealed himself as Akonda, the god of the wind, the king's expression changed and his hope dashed away. "I am a god," said Akonda, "who has the power to fly through the wind. I heard of this grand feast, so I came to ask for the princess hand in marriage." The king breathed in and breathed out. This is a difficult situation, thought the king, as he can't say no to a god or show his disapproval. So the king only sat in silence. And when Princess Tinuade heard of the stranger's identity, she was happy. I will marry a god. She blushed. A god! She couldn't believe it. It seems more like a dream she doesn't wish to wake from. I will become a goddess. She raised her shoulders with pride. Soon, they did the traditional rite, and Princess Tinuade married Akonda, the god of the wind. Shortly after their marriage, rumors started spreading that Akonda, who is an immortal being, has 6 wives in his outer world. So Princess Tinuade has become the 7th wife. The villagers gossiped and mocked Princess Tinuade after rejecting all the good and noble men in our village, only to end up as the 7th wife. What a shame! The more Princess Tinuade becomes the talk of the village, the more sad and depressed she becomes, and she thought of ending her life because she couldn't bear the shame. But before she put an end to her life, she must inquire why a god decided to play trick and deceit on her, a mere mortal being. So she went to his statue of power and ordered the wind to blow her to where Akonda is. Alas, she met him coming back from the outer world. Tinuade became very angry. So the rumors are true? No. Yes, Akonda stammered. I went to say goodbye to them, said Akonda. I don't believe you, cried Tinuade. What have I done to deserve this deceit from you? Tinuade. Akonda tried to calm her. When I came initially, I came to teach you a lesson. I am a god who can only have a child through a royal blood, and I've been flying through the earth looking for who to entwine my fate with. For after you give birth to the child in your womb, you shall die, and I shall take the baby to my world and have a heir. That is my plan. I have a child in my womb? Princess Tinuade couldn't believe his words. Yes, replied Akonda, but I fell in love with you. I believe no one is irredeemable, and no one deserves such a fate, even though they have offended others. We should learn to forgive. So what now? Tinuade looked into his eyes. If I stayed back on earth to nurture the child in your womb, I shall become like every ordinary man and with no power, said Akonda, and that is the path I have chose. So Akonda stayed back on earth and started teaching Princess Tinuade how to be kind to both the young and the old. The villagers now loved Princess Tinuade, and many echoed how lucky she is to have found a god who gave up his immortality and power just to be with her. Indeed, everybody deserves a second chance. Akonda and Princess Tinuade then lived happily. The end.